location.
Hello everyone, Follerman here, showing off a little bit of Dust Bowl defense, playing with my friend Herr Doctor, Toxic Jim.
Okay.
Idea that I'm hoping to illustrate here is some of the fundamental concepts of engineering theory. What makes a good defense? How should you coordinate with your team, especially fellow engineers, to maximize your defensive capabilities? So we're defending the last point. We got pushed back pretty hard. I have elected to use a mini sentry and put it sort of in that front part of the second point. I like doing that because it really is very effective at aerial denial, which is one of the technical descriptions for the engineer's role. Also, I like the spot I have that dispenser in. It keeps people that are going back to spawn from having to go all the way to spawn. Lets them stop. Keeps them from having to run around. So that's another positive I like about that position. Normally or in the past at least, I haven't used the Rescue Ranger with Mini Sentry. Well, that was largely because, you couldn't repair Mini Sentries. But now that you can, you have a little bit of, not so much skin in the game with keeping a Mini Sentry out there healthy. Now you could use a bigger Sentry out there, but I find that it attracts so much attention, it's very difficult to keep one up. And you can achieve essentially the same effect by having a continual stream of mini sentries that never stops. The position makes it difficult, though not impossible, for the primary sentry to be shot at. You can see I have an angle on it where I can actually help heal with my own Rescue Ranger. So I can cover my sentry, his sentry, and his dispenser, which is going to come in very handy later.
Ooh.
Don't stand still. Despite our good defenses, don't stand still.
The area down.
Another benefit is defense against spies. Being able to snap back up into shape, especially when your teammate is AFK and just built your buildings next to mine because, well, I don't think he knew exactly what to do, but his heart was in the right place. And his sentries were in a pretty useful spot, so no reason to vote kick him, since I could keep an eye on his stuff. Net positive to the team. But even if he had been awake, still, being able to spring back is a major benefit of having your engineers somewhat near each other, although preferably not near each other to get sticky to death with an Uber.
They're shelling my dispenser from
as you might have noticed, and as you might have been able to hear on the call, they can really only attack his sentry on the upper levels, upper left and upper right. They're really cut off from attacking down below thanks to my mini sentry. And he awakens, only to die. I was slightly saddened by this, but heaven gained a new angel that day. This statement not theologically valid, although I suppose it could be if he was an angel that was playing Tf2. We'll just never know. And these pyros were on it this game. They were a part of the interlocking defense that made it pretty good, because blue is about to give a pretty good assault. You can see multiple lanes of attack. A crit rocket kills Toxic Jim. However, I know what to do. This is not my first rodeo. Able to use my Rescue Ranger on the way in, hop on, keep the gun alive. Fortunately, he had a level 3 sentry, and the rest of our team is able to pick up the soldier. Otherwise, might not have been able to keep it alive indefinitely. I'm able to cover my own mini sentry from this position. I know he's respawned, and I'm ready to be relieved, though he catches a spy, which is probably a good thing. We take another little bounce, but weather that assault reasonably well. Able to top off my mini sentry, which is making life very difficult for those trying to get out and about. And there you have it. Just a quick example of what situational awareness and coordination can do. Turning back what was a pretty good assault and getting the win. Thanks for watching. See you next time.